all right, Josh McDaniels was a guy who got a second head coaching job, even though first time around it didn't go very well in Denver. And if you remember, his first order of business in Denver was to run off Jay Cutler and then draft the aforementioned Tebow. And yet McDaniels still is a head coach again. Well, now they have no quarterback. Derek Carr is gone, and we've been trying to connect dots on who they might bring in. I was surprised to see that GM Dave Ziegler said there may be no immediate answer this year at the quarterback position. And if you take that very literally, what does that mean? We're not going to have a quarterback at all? And I mean, is it like we're just going to go find some guy? We're just going to throw a dart? Oh, here, this guy, this is our – I mean, there is going to be an answer because someone is going to be playing quarterback. I feel like they're just trying to buy more time with the fan base and buy more time with Mark Davis as they kind of grope in the dark, in the Aaron Rodgers darkened closet for a quarterback that is going to be the answer. I mean, there's plenty of options this year. How can you not find a quarterback this year that you consider an answer? Even if it's a short-term answer, it's still an answer.
All right. I mean, are you just going to be asking questions for 17 games then? Because what kind of strategy is that? Especially when you're in an AFC West division that should be pretty competitive. And it's not like they were completely uncompetitive all the time, especially in division play last year. So whether it's Jarrett Stidham or they go back to, or maybe they go to Baker Mayfield because Josh McDaniels liked him coming out of the draft, or, I don't know, Jameis Winston or something. I mean, there are going to be quarterbacks available. It could be Aaron Rodgers. It obviously just isn't going to be Tom Brady, right? Or at least today, it's not going to be Tom Brady. I guess we will see if that continues to be the case. And he says he's retired for good, but who knows? I mean, but that seems to be kind of what the pivot point is now, because plan A probably, at least this is what it appears to have been, was Tom Brady will come in and then we will have somebody else be there backing him up and we will train them. And then, whenever Tom Brady's done, then that's who we'll turn it over to. And that's not going to happen right now. So I don't know if they're just going to be asking questions, but you have to have some sort of answer in place by the time week 1 starts.
The options to me are fairly straightforward to the extent that McDaniels wants somebody who is familiar with his system and his way of coaching. Jimmy Garoppolo, Jacoby Brissett, Mac Jones, if they would actually pull off a trade. And remember, when Bill Belichick was asked after the season whether Mac Jones is a starter for 2023, Belichick's answer was, Mac has shown he can play in this league, which is not yes. And that's the kind of thing where anything other than yes is maybe no, maybe we'll see. And then the Baker Mayfield connection, because that was a guy that McDaniels worked out privately and secretly before the 2018 draft, and McDaniels had the front row seat for that performance by Mayfield. You were in the building that night.
I was in the building
when Mayfield erased the 16-3 deficit 2 days after he showed up in LA. So that could be, but you don't, I mean, look, I know you don't want to set the bar unreasonably high, but if you basically say, we don't know what the hell we're doing this year, whoever the quarterback is the guy who's we don't know what the hell we're doing, so we're just going to trot this guy out and see what happens.
Well, unless you draft one, right? And then at that point, I mean, you draft one in the first round, then you're saying, okay, this is who we think is going to be the solution for, the next 5 years, hopefully longer than that. But yeah, other than that, I don't know what you do. Wouldn't it be fascinating though, if, the Patriots ended up going back to Jimmy Garoppolo and then they traded Mac Jones to the Raiders? I think that would be fascinating.
That would be something. And I do think that Bill O'Brien, the new offensive coordinator, they're back in the job that he once had before he became the coach of Penn State and then the Texans. The idea that Belichick, after trying the Frankenstein monster approach with Matt Patricia and Joe Judge last year, I think he's going to put a lot of stock in what Bill O'Brien wants to do. And O'Brien may not be a Jones guy. He may want to go back to a guy like Jimmy Garoppolo, but that just adds to what's going to be a fascinating offseason when it comes to the quarterback position.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.